Hello everyone, welcome back to day 7 of our Python Masterclass. In the previous class, we learned about lists and tuples which are used to store collections of data. And today we are going to learn two more powerful Python data structures, dictionaries and sets. A dictionary stores data as a key value pairs, making it easy to retrieve the information quickly. And sets, on the other hand, they are used to store unique values and perform mathematical operations like union and intersection. And by the end of this class, you'll know how to use dictionaries and when to use sets and how they differ from lists and tuples. So, first part is what is a dictionary. Imagine your phone contacts. Every contact has a name and a phone number. Here the name acts as the key and the phone number acts as the value. So this is exactly how a dictionary works. A dictionary stores information in the form of a key value pairs. The keys must always be unique because they help us identify the correct value. However, values can be repeated, but keys should always be unique. And another important point is that dictionaries are mutable, which means we can add, update, or we can remove data whenever we want from the dictionary. So, here this is the definition of the dictionary, and keys should be unique. Dictionaries are mutable and they store data as a key value pairs, and values can be duplicated but the keys should be unique. This is the important point, and we will use curly braces here to represent a dictionary. Next, creating dictionaries. So, there are several ways to create a dictionary. We can create an empty dictionary, a dictionary with multiple key value pairs, a dictionary containing different data types, even a dictionary inside another dictionary that is called as nested dictionary. For example, a student can store the student's name, age, branch, and marks, all of them inside one dictionary. We will see all these examples practically in VS Code after completing all the theory part. Next comes to accessing dictionary values. So once we have stored the data, we need a way to retrieve it. Like there are two common methods: using the square brackets or using the get method. So both return the value for a given key. The difference is that if the key doesn't exist, the square brackets produce an error, but the get method it safely returns none or a default value if we specify one before. So because of this, many professional programmers they prefer get method when they are not sure whether that key is present or not, instead of the square brackets, because it produces an error and you not know whether the error is because of the square bracket or any other error uh, exists in the rest of the program or not. So it's always safe to use get method when you're not completely sure whether that key exists or not. And next part, adding and updating elements. Since dictionaries are mutable, we can easily add information or update the existing information. Suppose a student's marks improves after a revaluation, and instead of creating a new dictionary we can simply update that particular value for the student's marks. Similarly, if a new student joins, we can add a new key value pair also, and this flexibility is one of the biggest advantages of the dictionaries. The dictionaries are immutable. We can add a key value pair and we can update that existing value if it changes. We can write the old new value will be overwritten the old value. And yeah, real world example is that the student marks after the revaluation. Then removing the elements. So Python provides multiple ways to remove the data from a dictionary. That is pop, pop item, del, and clear. So pop, it removes a specific key and it returns its value. Or the pop item, it removes the last inserted key value pair. And del, it removes a specific key, or even you can delete the entire dictionary. And clear, it removes all the key value pairs, but it keeps a dictionary. Like it will remove the data, but the structure remains same. So these are the four types. Like each method is useful in different situations, so you have to check which method is useful for your necessary. Then you can use any method from these four. So it's important to know the situation, so then you can use appropriate method for removing that data. And yeah, we will see all of these practically. We will do some questions, but later, after completing all the theory part about the dictionary, then we will do all the questions related to dictionary at once. Now, okay, dictionary methods. Python provides several built-in methods to work efficiently with the dictionaries, and some of the most useful ones are keys. It returns all the keys. Values. It returns all the values. Items. Returns both keys and the values together. And get. It retrieves a safe. It should like a value. It retrieves a value safely, as we already learned before. And update, it adds or updates key value pairs. So these are the dictionary methods, and these methods make dictionary operations much simpler, and it reduces the amount of the code we need to write. So we will see the use of all these dictionary methods practically in VS Code. Then comes the looping through the dictionaries. Sometimes a dictionary contains many key value pairs, so instead of accessing each one manually, we can use loops. Like we can loop through only the keys or only the values or both keys and values together using the items. Here we have studied items is also a built-in method, so using that we can get both keys and values together also. So looping through the dictionaries, it's very common when displaying reports or student records or employee details or any product information. And next is this nested dictionaries. So just as we learned about the nested lists, dictionaries can also contain other dictionaries, and these are called as the nested dictionary. Now imagine a school database. Each student will have their own dictionary containing name, their marks, their branch, and roll number or phone number. So all the students, like all the student dictionaries, they can be stored inside one large dictionary. So the next nested dictionaries help us organize complex data into a structured way. Instead of uh, like having so many dictionaries, separate dictionary for every student, we can store all those inside one large dictionary. uh, that is more structured way, and it is simpler whenever you want to find any data of any student, of any particular student. You can easily get that only like you don't need to check every dictionary. You can just go through one dictionary and then you can find your required data. And next comes the real world applications. So dictionaries, they are one of the most widely used data structures in Python. They are used in student databases and employee records and product catalogs, contact list, login systems, and user profiles. Also, They are used in JSON data from APIs also. Yeah, so there are so many real world applications here. So whenever data has a clear relationship between a key and a value, the dictionaries are usually the best choice. So this is all about dictionary. uh, like it's simple. uh, we can just add, update it, or we can remove, or there are some built-in methods and nested lists, and we can loop through the dictionaries, and these are some real world applications. Now we will do some coding questions related to uh, like related to dictionaries, so that we'll be really confident in all the concepts of the dictionary. So yeah, now we'll create separate file for the dictionaries. And okay, here comes our first question, that is create and print a dictionary. Like simply we can create and print a dictionary, and it should contain a name, age and course of a student. So we'll create a dictionary called student. We have to store name, age and course, and then we have to print that dictionary. So this is how, this is key, and this is the value stored in that key. Now again age, this is the key, and this is the value. And important thing is that you need to give comma for every pair, every key value pair you need to provide a comma at the end. And this is our third key, and this is the value. Then you don't need to give a comma to the last key value pair. Then simply print the dictionary, and we will run the code. So here you can see that name, you have your name, and then age, key, this is the value, this course is the key, and this is the value. So this is how we will create a dictionary and store the values we want to store inside the dictionary, and this is how uh, we will print a dictionary. Now we will access the dictionary values through the keys. We want only a particular value to print, not the entire dictionary. So how to do that? Using a key. Again we'll take dictionary, and we will give our name, give our age, again the course, that is Python, and then we will print a particular value. Like I want to print only the name, so I'll take the dictionary and then square braces, square brackets, and then we have to write the key, and I want to know only the age. Then I'll print, then student, then square brackets, and then age. This is how you can access dictionary values, a particular dictionary value, through that key. And next question, access, no, next question, add a new key value pair. So there will be a dictionary existing already, and we have to add a key value pair to all the dictionary which is already existing. So how to do that? Suppose there is a dictionary which stores the name Tejasri, and then comma, and again age 18, sorry, age 18, and then we want to add a new key value pair to this dictionary. So how to do that? The dictionary, and this is the key city, and then we will give the value that we want to add to that key this way. Then we will print the dictionary and check whether this new key value pair is added to the dictionary or not. See, the name, the age, and the city. Now there are first there are only two keys present here. Now here's the third key and the value for that key. This is how you can add a new key value pair. One more thing, we can only add, update, or remove any value from the dictionary only because the dictionaries are mutable. And you know what is the meaning of mutable? That is, we can still edit that, like you can change, you can bring changes in that dictionary even after creating. But there are some things those are immutable, such as in the last class we have studied that tuples are immutable, so we cannot change them once they are created, but here dictionaries are mutable. So here's how we can add a new value, and next we'll see how to update any existing value, how to update an existing value. So we'll take a dictionary, suppose a student, and suppose it's storing a name again, and then the age, and now I want to correct the age of the student. Now the age of the student is 19, so I need to correct that age. So how to update only that value without creating we don't need to create a new dictionary because dictionaries are mutable. So we will edit only that value of the dictionary. So how to do that? Just take the dictionary and then square braces, and then you have to give the key in which which value you want to make the changes. So here you have to give that key and equal to 19, and then simply print this dictionary. So see here, you updated the age from 18 to 19. So that's how it works. And next we will see how to delete a key. We know how to add a key, how to update a key. Now we'll see how to delete a key. So this is a dictionary, again the same dictionary which stores the names Tejasri and age, that's 18, and city, that's Hyderabad. And yeah, you want to delete the city of the student. You thought that it's not necessary or something, then now you want to delete that data from the dictionary. So how to delete that particular data from the dictionary? You can just write this del and student and then city. That's it. Now print the print student. That's it. And here there are more ways how we can do that. For example, if we want to remove okay, we'll see how to use this pop. Like we should write a dictionary, then we'll use the pop like this, and then we will write age. We'll print Here, okay, here there is no city. Then we'll print our dictionary again. So here there is no age also, since we use this pop. Then next, okay, there's one more, that is pop item. We will comment this pop and we will use the pop item. Here you don't need to write any key, because this is used to delete the last item from the dictionary. We should also print the dictionary. So with using pop item, using pop you can delete a specific value, but using pop item it directly deletes the last value present in the dictionary. And we will comment all these, and then we will see what does this clear does to our dictionary. So we'll clear the terminal and we'll see there is no dictionary at all. Sorry, I need to write print also. We will print our dictionary before also, and after using the clear again we will print our dictionary. So see, this is the empty dictionary. Here you can see our entire dictionary is printed here. Here we can see our empty dictionary because of this clear. So this is how we can remove an element, remove a specific element, or remove the last element, and also like have to clear entire dictionary and have to clear like pop out the last element from the dictionary and everything. Now we will go to our next concept, that is checking that if a key exists in a dictionary or not. So we'll take some dictionary, take the same dictionary, because you can clearly check the changes and it will not be so confusing. Then we have to check whether that key exists or not. So we will take input from the user, key input, and then we'll check if key in students. Then you need to print that key exists, or else case you have to print that the key does not exist. That's it. Now we will enter class. See, the key does not exist. Okay, we will enter name as a key. So the key exists here. We use the membership operator that is in, and conditional statements, and taking input. Okay, so we will see how to looping this concept, looping through the dictionaries. We'll check this looping through the dictionaries. So first, okay, this is our dictionary, the same dictionary. Then we need to print all the keys from the dictionary. For printing, like, we have to loop through the dictionary for key in the dictionary, and how to get keys. These are all the built-in functions. How to get the keys using the keys the built-in methods, we have to use first one, that is the keys, and then you have to print. Okay, this is the loop. Then you have to print the key in the iteration here. So see, you can check all the keys, they are printed here, that is your name, age and city. And now we will see how to print values for the same. For value in student dot values, then you need to print the value. Run this. Here you first three, you can see these are the key names, and here these three are the value. These three are the values for those keys. Now we will see how to print the key value pairs. Now we'll print both. Okay, we can just do it here itself. For key and value and student, here in the theory part we can check. Here we can use items method to get both the key and value pair. Like for key value and student items, then print key. We'll print our key here, and then like this, it will be more meaningful. And then our value. What happened? Why can't he use this? Key is not defined. It says that key is not defined. Okay, so what's the error? Okay, sorry, we have to write this small k, so that's the error here. Yeah, we got the output name, the name, age and the age, city and the city. Key value pairs, this is how we can get the key value pairs. And okay, comment this out. Next we'll see how to count the number of the items. So how to count the number of the items. Number of the items doesn't count key and value separately. A key value pair, a pair is counted as one. Like if you have two pairs, then the count is 2. If you have 3 pairs, then the count is 3. So in the same way, print the, here you can see, okay, we don't have here, but yeah, there's one more method, that is length, through which you can find the length of a dictionary, like how many key value pairs are there in a dictionary. So here you can see the number 3, that we have 3 pairs in our dictionary. The key and the value both are counted as one. They are both are a single group. So a key value pair is counted as 1. So there are three key value pairs in our dictionary. So the answer is 3. Now, any more questions related to this? Yeah, that's it. We'll move on to our next question. That says, take the dictionary input from the user. Okay, till now we have entered the data of the key and the value. We have filled our dictionary, but now we have to take our dictionary and print it by taking the input from the user. So first we need to create a dictionary like this. Then we need to take one input first, that is int input, enter number of the items. Here first you need to take the input from the user, that how many number of items he wants to add to the dictionary. Then for I, in the range, sorry, in range, not in the range, in range n, the key equals to input, and then enter key, and then value, input, enter value, then student, and that key will be equal to that value. Okay, now I'll explain how we have taken this. Is that, see here, for I in range n, so first we need to take input from the user, that how many number of items he wants to add to that dictionary. So the loop runs that many times to take the input from the user. So first it will take the key value from the key, like the key input from the user, then it will take the value input from the user, then in that dictionary, for that key, for that specific key in the dictionary, it will store only that value, and then it will go back again, it will run n number of this for loop will run n number of times, and it will take the value of, like it will take input for the key and the value, and then it stores that value only for that specific key. And then it, after completing all the iterations, after completing the loop, then it comes back, and then it will print our entire dictionary. So we'll run and check this out now. I want to add 5 items. I'll enter the key. We can enter anything, like, see, I'll show you. I'll enter black, 2 I'll enter red, 3 I'll enter yellow, 4 I'll enter blue, 5 I'll enter green. So yeah, this is our dictionary. After taking the 5 inputs of all the key and value pairs, then at the end it will directly print our dictionary, which contains all these key value pairs. And and first you need to also give your empty dictionary, you have to define that dictionary also. Then we'll go to our next part, that is, you have to find the sum of the dictionary values. Imagine that the dictionary values you have, they are of any integer, then have to find the sum of all those numbers. For example, from numbers, you can take an example. For example, a student marks, like marks, and then his or her marks. First in math, he got some 90 marks, and then in some electronics or EC something, in that, for example, he got some 81 marks, and then you can give English or something. You can, for example, he scored 80 marks there, and then in any subject, like mm, science or history, something, that he scored some 75 marks. Oh yeah, you need to give comma after every pair except the last one. Now we should find the total. There's a method using a sum. You can directly find the total of all the numbers here of the values. So you have to print total marks is the total, and now run this code. Yeah, you can check 5 plus 1 6, and yeah, 24. Oh yeah, it was a 32. Yeah, that's it. So this is how you can find the sum also. And there's one more thing you can do. You can also find the maximum also. So to find the maximum, you can just print, you can just say highest equals to, then you need to give max and marks of, yeah, we are doing for the marks here, so values. Now it will give the total and it will give the highest, and the highest one is 90. That's it. Okay, now we'll see how to merge two dictionaries. We can merge two dictionaries also. So how to do that? Let's check. For example, this is dict 1 that says A1, B2, and one more dictionary here that is C3 and D4. Now dict 1 and update and dict 2, and then print dict 1. Now dict 1 will include all the values of the dict 2 also. This is how you can merge two dictionaries, and there are so many more problems. You can, yeah, we have discussed the main concepts of all the dictionaries. You can check nested dictionaries, it's the same. Then any other questions, you can use loops and all, and you can solve those questions using loops and using conditional statements and using this dictionary methods. You can find so many questions online. You can go and solve as many questions as possible. We will see one question related to nested dictionary here. For example, there is one main dictionary, that is students, and here we are giving it as 101, some roll number or anything, or 101. Then for this 101, the name is, or the serial number or something, the name is Rahul, and his age is some 20. Then the marks, he got some 90 marks, and then comma here, and then this is the second key, this is the second key, and these all are this entire nested, this entire small dictionary, it is the value for this 102 key. One more, it's Priya, and age is 19, and you can say marks as same as Rahul 90, and then we'll print our students dictionary. So yeah, here 101, it's the main key, and this entire thing, it's the value, and the second key is this This entire thing is the value, and inside we have three different key value pairs. So this is the next nested dictionary. So yeah, you can practice many more problems from online also. Now we'll move on to our next topic, that is sets. So yeah, now let's learn about another collection called a set. Now a set stores only unique values, and I guess we already know about sets. uh, Maybe few people have already studied about sets in mathematics, so it's more or less the same. If duplicate values are added, the Python automatically removes them. So only unique values we can store. Unlike lists and tuples, the sets are unordered. They're not in a order. They're not in ordered way. Uh, so the elements don't have any fixed position or any indexes. For example, if we define a list or a tuple, then for a specific index value, that element will be in that particular index value throughout our program, throughout all the time. It will be in the same index until we change. But here, the in the sets, no value is fixed. If you print for first time any list, then you'll see some order, and again if you print the set again, then you'll see some different orders. So they're always in an unordered way. So sets, they're always useful whenever we need to, whenever we need the unique data, whenever we need to store any unique data. So how to create set? So we can create a set in different ways. We can create a set with the values, or else an empty set using the set function, and a set from a list, and a set from a tuple. Then one common uses of the sets is removing the duplicate values from the list with just one line of the code. And adding and removing sets allows us to add and remove elements. So common methods are set, like add for adding an element, update for adding multiple elements, and you can use remove, discard, pop, and clear. And next is, yeah, next you have, yeah, these are the methods, and then these are the set methods, that is len, copy, clear. There are so many: difference, intersection, union. Yeah, these are the main things. Difference, intersection, union. They are mainly used to compare the sets. I guess many people have studied this in mathematics, and these methods, they are especially useful when working with the collections of unique values. And set operations, union, it combines all unique elements from both the sets. Intersection, only the common elements. Difference, finds elements present in one set but not in the other. And symmetric difference finds elements that are unique to each set. So these operations, they are often represented using these diagrams. These are called as Venn diagrams, and they are widely used in the data analysis. And membership operators, we use these membership operators everywhere where we need to check if that particular element exists or not. We use this in and not in operator everywhere. And what are frozen sets? Sometimes we need a set that should never change. Like Python provides this frozen set, which is an immutable version of a set. And so once created, no elements can be added or removed. So although it's useful in the advanced programming, you'll mostly use normal sets as a beginner now. So don't worry about this frozen sets. We are not going to use this frozen sets now. So next, dictionary versus set. So these are some differences. Dictionary stores key value pairs, and a set stores unique values. And yeah, this is the main difference, but yeah, these are some other differences also. Like both are mutable except the frozen set here, and yeah, duplicate values will be removed here. Here the keys should be unique, but values, you can have a same value for different keys. We can have the same value. Like for if one is the key, then you can store Rahul as your name, and even for the second key you can store Rahul as your name, but the key should be unique. The value, you can give any value, you can give same value throughout your dictionary also. And yeah, this is how you will access this access method. Data storage is the main thing, and this is the syntax. Yeah. Then what are the real world applications? uh, Sets are useful in many real world situations. For example, for removing duplicate contacts and finding common friends on social media, and tracking unique website visitors, and also identifying unique products also. Yeah, the main use which we see in everyday life is finding the common friends. Like whenever you use Instagram or Snapchat, so you'll see your friends, mutual friends. So all those are divided by using this sets concept. So whenever uniqueness matters, the sets are the perfect choice. Okay, first now we will practice some questions related to sets. Okay, so now we will create a separate file for this sets, anything. So you have to create a set and just print it out. We'll create some set fruits. Here we'll take banana, and then sorry, apple, banana, and we can take mango. We can take grapes also, and right. This is not working. Why is this not working? But we add grapes, and also okay, for example, if we add apple again here, we'll see whether it will print this extra element which is already repeated or not. So we'll print our set, run the code. See, we gave 5 elements, we added apple again, but here it will take in only unique elements. It will like directly delete the like the same element. It will store only unique element. The Python directly deletes the same element again. Now take set input from the user. We'll take from the user now something like this, and then we'll take input. Sorry. We'll take input from the user, and then obviously we need to use loop here. We need to take a range as n. Here we already, yeah, one more important point. Here we already know the number of the items in the list, that is n. So that's why we are using for loop. Simple. And then for that, sorry, input, and then we have to add it to the set above, that is add num, and at the end we will print our set. So that's it. Here the first and it decides how many inputs will be there, and the second input we will give our own data. Here let 5 and 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, sorry, we need to 1 okay, no 5. So yeah, 1 2 3 4 6 5 3 4 5 6 7. This is how we will store the data by taking from the user. And next, add and remove. I'll take this set here, and now for this fruits we will add one more fruit. We'll add lychee, and then for this fruits we will remove one fruit, that is we will remove apple. Okay, we'll remove this extra element here. Anyways, it doesn't print, but yeah. Okay, we didn't print. No print. So yeah, here you can see mango, grapes, banana, apple is removed, and lychee is there. This is how we will add and remove. Now we can check whether the element exists or not. For that we will so yeah, it's simple. We will take input from the user. If we will use membership operator that says if that input is present, then print the element is found, if else element is not found. So it's simple. I guess you can easily check that. Okay, union, intersection, we will do these questions. Now there's another loop called A that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we also have one more loop B, which has 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's it. Now just print union is A dot union B, and we will also print intersection, that is intersection, that is A dot intersection B, and we can also find the difference. Print A minus B is A dot difference B, and we can also print B minus A, that is B minus A, that is B difference A. And one more is also there, that is print symmetric difference. So print symmetric diff is A, symmetric difference B. And I guess you know what is subset and superset. So A subset of B, if A is present in B or not. B is superset, all the elements are present in or not. So okay, that's easy. Find the common elements. Okay, you can find the common elements also, like common elements A and B. That's it. So see, union, we have all this, and intersection, yeah, we don't have empty set. We don't have any common elements. So A minus B is complete A, B minus A is complete B. Symmetric difference is this here, and then the common elements, we don't have any common elements. So yeah, these are the major things in sets. So yeah, that's it. All other is same. Just use some methods. Only few methods we have used, methods, and all this union, intersection, and all. So these are some problems you can explore and you can solve them. So yeah, these are all the things that we discussed in this class. Dictionaries and sets, and we solved many questions. You can also go through many problems and check different types of problems so that you'll be really confident in these two topics. So that's it for today class. If you like this session, then just like the video, comment if you have any doubts, and subscribe to this channel and share it with your friends who are eagerly interested in learning Python. And all my videos gives basic concepts, basic understanding of all the concepts. And yeah, we will meet in our next class, in which we will discuss about file handling, exception handling, and also modules and packages. We will go through all of them in our next class. So till then, happy coding.